main part of the bricks would have been made. So the bricks would have been kind of brought to that part of the building, and they would have been cut into sections, and then they would have been coated in a ceramic coating and then put into massive great big furnaces or ovens that would have glazed them to give them that kind of shiny ceramic look. So we've now come away from the main part of the building, so we're closest to the chimney stack, and we're now in what would have been the original part where the bricks would have been made. So the ingredients of the bricks would have been brought in here first, then kind of made into sections or maybe long sections or something like that, and then they would have been taken into the first part, which is where we were in part one, where they would have been cut into smaller sections and either stored in there and then glazed, or glazed and then stored. But we showed you kind of like the cooling room, which is where they would have been cooled off once they'd been glazed and that kind of thing. And I didn't really get a chance to show you, and we can't really show you today, but just outside there's a great big massive, what looks like a huge open barn or like a hangar, which is where they would have been stored once they would have been packaged and ready to go. So we haven't got a lot of battery power left, so I'm going to have to rattle through this quite quickly, but I'll try and make it as interesting for you as possible. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to talk anymore, I'm just going to get straight into it and show you the second half, because there's quite a bit to see in here and I want to try and cover as much as I can before we lose battery power altogether. So let me just come on the other side, turn the screens about, and then we'll go and have a look. So we'll just come on this side first, and I will give you a little bit of a look about in here so you can see what we're looking at. So this is the first, so you can see, if I just show you the camera, so this is now the second half of the building. And we'll go in there in a minute. Now inside that room in there is a great big wall of controls and things, and that would have been used to control, I would imagine, something in here, but also power supplies or something like that, or so it might have been used to control the massive machine that's currently in the building over there, which we'll have a look at in a minute. So I'm going to try and get this done quite quickly, folks, because we're running short on battery power. But to give you an idea of how big the building is, so these little slopes would have been where the lorries would have backed up. So they would have backed up into them slopes, and then they would have offloaded grit, gravel, sand, or the ingredients that would have made the concrete and the bricks themselves. And there's a couple of them, you can see they kind of go down. There's probably one, two, I think there's about 3 altogether, so that's the middle one. And then, believe it or not, you've got this chair in the middle of nowhere, which has got my stuff on it. And then at the far end, there's a couple of rooms, and there's like a garage area, and there's offices and paperwork and things, and I'll try and get you to that before we run out of battery power. I'm just conscious of battery power, but I'm just going to quickly, briefly, just give you a look. Okay, so I'm going to have to get this done quite quickly, folks, because I really want to try and get part 2 done before we run out of battery power altogether. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to close the legs up, and I'm going to pick you up and take you and have a look. Because we really are short on battery power. So I'm going to take you through here first and show you what I mean. I'm hoping we're not going to lose signal. If we do, again, don't worry, I've taken plenty of photographs so you'll be able to see. So let's just go through it now. Can you see what I mean about? You see that? As you can see, there's a chair, what's left of an original chair at the end, and that is a wall of controls or levers that would have controlled a power supply or the electricity or something. But you can just see it, look. Absolutely fascinating. And you've got all the pressure dials and things at the top. So I'm going to take you out of there because it's saying that the signal's quite weak, but I'm hoping you've got a brief look at that, but if not, don't worry. Okay, so we've got through this way. It all seems to be the best parts that it seems to cut out a signal. I'm hoping you're going to be able to see in here. There's not much, but it's just kind of an office. It's got an office. It's got like a little office there. Now then, I'm not sure if we're going to get coverage this way, but I'm hoping we will. So we're going to go into this area now. This area is huge. You can see we've got the ramp. So that way leads back to where we were, through that doorway. But we're in this huge, great big area. And can you see this massive machine that's there? It's just a great big, huge machine. Now I'm not going to take you kind of up there. You can't, the original stairs you can see are falling down, so you can't go up there anyway, but you can go onto the little platform. But I'll try and get you a bit closer so you can have a look. See what I mean? Now these would have been the original funnels that would have fed. I'll just take you through here. Like I said, there's lots. I'll just give you a bit of a look about so you can see. You see all that, look? So that's how you would have come in, or one way you would have come in. There was like a platform there with the stairs on it. If I come this way, can you see that massive machinery? There, look. So they would have, they're like great big funnels, and if I just pan the camera up, see how big they are? They go right up there. So the original stairs, if we could have gone up there, we could have gone right up into the top and looked down them. But they're like, there's 8 or 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, there's 10 of these big yellow funnels that would have, they're like chutes, and they would have dropped grit and stuff, and some of them are still full of grit. And they would have either crushed it or done something, and then by a conveyor belt, they would have then moved on to the next kind of bit, I guess. But that's what they are, look. Great big original, like funnel, like hopper things, chutes. And there's like belts and machinery, so they would have come on, and the belts would have either transported it to a next bit or something like that. So maybe the lorries would have backed up there, emptied the sand or the grit or whatever into those chutes, and then they would have come down, and that's how you would have got the kind of the stuff ready for the bricks. But it's fascinating. But it's a massive place. I'll just show you a quick look about, because we haven't got much battery power left already. But that is what we're looking at. Massive, great big things. Right. I'm going to take you straight through to the next bit, because I really do want to try and cover the last section before we lose battery power, because we haven't got much left. It's going down really fast. But if I just give you a bit of a look, because I don't want it just to be me rushing, but can you kind of see what I mean? So this big part here. So we now come down. And what we're going to do, we're going to go down the far end. So we're back into the bit where we were. So this bit would have been where I said the lorries would have transported or brought the sand and things, and this would have been like a great big production area where they would have just brought all the stuff for the bricks. But you can kind of, if I just show you quickly. So we're starting to lose signal already. Can you kind of get an idea of how big the place is? You can kind of see. Now then, I'm going to try and bring you down this end. So you can kind of get to see something else. You just see. I'm just looking at the signal and it's not very good. Let's see if we can bring you down here. Okay, so we'll go through this door. So if I just spin about. Okay, so that's where we've walked from. That way. Alright, I'm going to bring you through into this section. So just give you an idea of what we're looking at. So we'll come down these stairs. And I don't know if you're going to get battery coverage or not. So through here, I'm going to do this very quickly, guys, because I'm almost out of battery power, so this bit's going to be really, really fast, I'm afraid. So we've got like a shed area. You see that? And there's a couple of rooms just around that corner with some like stuff and things. But the bit that I really want to show you before we die, very quickly, is down here. Right, so I'm ever so sorry that this last bit is really quickly, but we are literally going to lose power very soon. I just want to make sure I get this bit done for you. It's got like some rooms, and these are like little garages or like little sheds. They're like little sheds. There's nothing in them, they're just empty, but there's like, I don't know, there's quite a few. You can see different sheds. And what I want to try and do is bring you through here. So we've got this. That's just full of stuff. You can't really see much, but it's literally full of debris. And you can see how we're walking through this great big open area again. And get an idea of what it looks like. I have no idea what this part would have been used for, I really don't know. But if you come with me, and we go upstairs, the bit that I really want to show you is up here. So we're kind of going upstairs really quick. That's it up here. Now, have a look at this. These are the offices, or what's left of them. But can you see how they're full? Look at that. Just full of furniture, filing cabinets just piled up. Just loads of stuff. And if you come through this way, you come into this massive area, this huge room. Can you see all the stuff lying about? This is like, there's like an office there with paperwork and a fridge, boxes of paperwork left behind. So if I just come into the middle of this room and just very quickly just show you about, look, all the stuff left behind, look. I don't know if they were moulds and things there. Got a machine, but there's just paperwork and stuff all over the floor. Big sign there, look. And then, before we go, I'll just show you down here. Can you see what I'm looking at? Literally racks and racks of rubber, and like they're like spare parts. They're like the belts and stuff for the machinery here. Look, just all left here. Look, racks and racks and racks, and there's just like loads of paperwork and folders, and there's like more racks down the end there. And you can see like there's if I just show you. On the wall there, look. See it? Just loads and loads of stuff. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you before we go. And that's basically all I've got time for, I'm afraid, guys. There's nothing else that I can really show you because we're literally about to run out of battery power. But that gives you an idea of what's left. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop this down here very quickly on the floor and literally do this, because that is all we've got time for, because I'm literally just about to lose power. So we've got about 6% left. Anyway, so hopefully that will just give you a brief part. Now, like I said, I know I rattled through that really, really quickly, and I'm ever so sorry, but the battery power is going down really, really quick, and I just want to finish this before we lose power together. So there you go, part 2 of episode 20 of Dyson Ceramics Factory just outside Sheffield. But as you can see, it is a phenomenal place. This is probably the most exciting, most complex place we've ever broadcast from. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you found this interesting, and I'm so sorry if I've had to rattle through it quite quickly. Both parts were I felt a little bit hasty, especially this part here, but this was the most fascinating bit. There's artifacts everywhere. But thank you so much for tuning in and for watching and for joining me in Fliss of the Times as we continue to go in search of Britain's most abandoned and derelict places. So, from me, a very goodbye to you. Join me very soon for episode 21. It will be coming up in the next couple of weeks. Obviously, Christmas is coming up very, very shortly, so it will. It may not be before Christmas. It might be after Christmas, or maybe into the new year. But episode 21 will be coming very soon. I'm not quite sure from where, but it will be coming soon. So, until then, thank you for joining me. It looks like we're just about to finish. Bye. That's it. We're still here. We're still here. Sorry, it's kind of getting to the point now where it's saying goodbye. So before I go, I'm going to give you a quick look about. So until episode 21 comes to you very soon, like I said, I'm not quite sure from where, but it will be coming to you very soon. So stay tuned, keep watching, keep up to date with me. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully you found this episode fascinating. I sure did. Hope you did too. I'm going to leave you with one last look about. Until the next time, God bless, take care, enjoy the rest of your weekend, have a fantastic weekend, have a great week, and I will see you very soon. God bless, take care, thank you.